Hey guys, so I've got some favorite moisturizers for winter time or for dry skin and winter time. I talked about hydrating toners yesterday. Now I just want to talk about good hydrating moisturizers, my favorites. And a few of these are some new goodies. Actually, this brand, I never pronounce it right. Embroyolisse. Embroyolisse? They finally released a fragrance-free version of their very popular milk cream, or Lait Creme Sensitive. No fragrance in it, finally. I love this moisturizer. It works really nicely as a primer. A lot of makeup artists apparently use it as a makeup primer and moisturizer. And I loved it, but I couldn't stand the scent to it. And finally, they did it. They released a fragrance-free version, which is wonderful. So this one has no fragrance in it. It's still got the really nice hydrating ingredients. Look at that, very thick. I will say it's very occlusive, I find. We've got lots of shea butter in this one, beeswax, which is wonderful, vitamin E, soybean oil, aloe soy protein. So there we go. It's very hydrating. So I can see how this might work well as a makeup primer. Although, to be honest, I'm always wearing sunscreen. So I know a lot of brands say you can apply this over sunscreen. You can apply primer over sunscreen. But in my opinion, it still can affect the actual SPF number. So just be careful if you do that. And just be aware that that's probably going to happen to an unscientific degree that nobody really knows. So anyway, their new fragrance-free version is nice. Wonderful. Good ingredients. Nothing super exciting, but a lot of good oldies but goodies. So there we go. Does take a while to absorb, but I can see how that'd be a perfect makeup primer. Okay, next up, we've got the Facetheory Aventhra Moisturizer, which contains a lot of good ingredients. We've got oat, shea butter, obviously, panthenol, almond kernel oil, olive oil. What else? Lots of good ones. Argan oil, things like that. Rice bran oil, vitamin E. Really nice. Although I will say the texture of it is not my favorite. It's kind of, I just don't love how it looks in the jar, I guess I'll say, which I guess doesn't really matter, but there we go. No fragrance in it, which makes it wonderful. I tend to use this one in my evening routine because it does set to kind of a shiny finish, but you know what? A lot of things do. And you know, if you put sunscreen over it, it's not a huge issue. So anyway, this one's really nice, super affordable too, and it's 1.69 ounces, and I think it's like $15, $20. It's super affordable. So, and I love that Facetheory makes unscented versions of most of their products. It's just so wonderful. So if you like scent, you can have it. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. Okay, next up, the Ausceuticals Peptide Moisturizer. I love this stuff. I paid an arm and a leg for shipping, although I wanted to try their vitamin C serum anyway, so it made sense. But their peptide moisturizer is wonderful. No fragrance, lots of good ingredients, peptides, aloe, cucumber, things like that. If you're in the US, it might not be worth having it shipped, but if you're in another country or Australia, I'm jealous. You guys have some good brands that I want to get my hands on, but shipping is always so expensive. So I won't talk too much about this because I talk about this moisturizer more often than I should. It's the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Night Cream, a proteiny dupe, although thicker. It's a really good product, no fragrance, lots of great peptides, beneficial ingredients, hydrating ingredients. It's a little thicker, but it's a good product. I don't want to talk about it too much because I talk about it all the time. Okay, next up we've got the Tula Protect and Plump Firming Moisturizer. This one's really nice. Tula's hit or miss for fragrance. I'm not sure why, but they seem to be coming a little bit likely like the fragrance-free version. You know, they're starting to release more fragrance-free products. But not everything is fragrance-free, so check the ingredient list out before you pick them up. But a lot of their products are great for sensitive skin. This one's good. Probiotics, peptides, ceramides, really nice. Interesting dispenser. I've talked about this one before, but anyway. You can see it's kind of got a thicker texture to it, which makes it really nice for winter, for dry skin. So there we go. Really nice product. If you can get it on sale, it's even better. I'll watch Ulta. I think they have these things on sale occasionally, so it's worth keeping an eye out, not just splurging. So, okay, the Topicals Like Butter. This one is really unique because you can use it as a mask, you can use it as a rinse-off mask, you can use it as a sleep mask, or you can just use it as a moisturizer. Their faded serum is amazing. Their faded cream, it's great. If you have hyperpigmentation, dark spots, it's one of the best out there, and no fragrance. Their Like Butter is great. Turmeric, green tea. Then we've got ginseng. We've also got centella and centella derivatives. There we go. And this one's pretty affordable. And the packaging is metal, so it's recyclable. And I think this one's at Sephora. I think it retails around $26, $28. But a little bit goes a very long way. So I've been using this nightly now since at least for the last month. And this has been lasting me quite some time. So this one is definitely worth checking out. Okay, next up. This one I've been using from time to time for a long time. It's the Paula's Choice Clinical Ultra Rich Moisturizer. I think they've repackaged it now, so it might not look like it's in this bottle, but this one is really thick. I've been using this off and on now, really since I got into skincare. It is thick, it is creamy, it is hydrating. I don't use it every night, but on days when my skin is really dry, I use it. Not all the time. I probably end up using it 2 or 3 times a month, and not very much of it. Maybe sometimes just on my neck, which is dry, or sometimes on certain areas of my face. I don't necessarily use it everywhere, but a tube like this lasts me quite some time. So it's really wonderful. What do we have in here? Olive fruit oil, shea butter, coconut oil, mango, cholesterol, oat kernel, ceramides, which ceramides I don't get super excited when I see them anymore, because I know that, to be honest, most ceramides that are used in most products aren't in the amounts they need to be with the other ingredients they need to be to work. So don't get super excited when you see ceramides anymore, unless the brand has really done their research and included with the other ingredients that needs to be in. Ceramides aren't as exciting as they used to be. For me anyway, maybe for you they still are. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it and ruin it for everybody. So I'll just take that knowledge with me, and don't want to ruin it for everybody, but okay. Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Cream. This one's really nice. I think they come in a tube now, or maybe it's just the mask version, but this one is really nice from Biossance. No fragrance. I need to do a whole thing about the brand that owns Biossance, Amorous, because they also own Pipette. They also own a huge artificial sweetener line. I'll have to do a whole video on them because there's a lot of stuff going on with them as a whole. But anyway, this cream is still a good one. Okay, the cream from Regimen Labs is wonderful. It is really thick. A little bit does not go a long way, so I do not use this over my entire face. I just typically use it on areas that get very dry. If I use my laser on my eyes, I'll use it around my eyes, around my mouth, or now I've been using that Altrino. I'm using it a little bit more, or sometimes I'll mix like a little pump of it with oil, but it is thick. Let's see, I don't want to squeeze all of it out, but there we go. It is thick. It is the thickest cream I have ever used. So that's just a very small amount, but you can see it hardly covers any spot. But anyway, it is thick. It is really wonderful. Ceramides in here. I kind of have a feeling maybe they got the formula with the ceramides right, because this one really does work, but you don't want to use it over your entire face because you'd probably go through the whole bottle within like a day. So you don't want to waste it. Okay, I've got a couple more, and then I've got my runners up. The Dr. Cica 95 Soothing Gel. Finally, I picked this up about a month ago. I finally just got around to playing with it. It is really wonderful. There's no fragrance in here, which is great. It is a true gel, which I don't necessarily find to be the most hydrating, but I love the formula. So you can see it's just like a gel, which is amazing. A lot of centella derivatives in here, which is amazing. It is very calming. It helps with redness. I'll have to do a full review. Centella. Then we've got mattocaside, aziotocaside, mattocasic acid, asiatic acid, and then a few other adenosine and things like that. So this stuff really is amazing. I cannot wait to do a full review of it. And then I've got a few runners up. So let me start with the top. Okay. The Curel Intensive Moisture Care is really nice. It has no real super exciting ingredients, but it's very hydrating. It has some occlusive properties. Leaves your skin feeling nice, soft, and hydrated. I don't use it as much in the daytime as I do in the evening because it is a bit on the greasy side, but this stuff is really nice. The SkinFix Lipid Barrier Moisture Cream. This stuff's really nice. SkinFix has a lot of great products. Most of them are fragrance-free, but not all of them. So FYI. Their body products are great. This is probably my favorite product from them altogether, and I appreciate the airless jar they used. No fragrance in this one. The Milk Vegan Moisture Milk Moisturizer is also really nice. It's thick. It seems to work well for a lot of people with dry skin or even acne-prone skin. Probably not all of them, but a few people with acne-prone skin found this to work very well for them. And then a few other ones. The Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Cream is really nice. It is not hydrating enough on its own, but if you layer it with something or even just apply 2 layers of it, it seems to do the trick. The Tiam Snail and Azulene Sleeping Mask is really wonderful. I love this whole line. The cleanser's nice. The toner's nice. This one's nice. And then last but not least, the Basha Chia Seed Moisture Cream is also a really wonderful product. Thick, creamy, hydrating, works really well. So you can't go wrong with any of these for winter. And I'll have to do another video about other tips for winter, because living in Minnesota when it gets to be negative 50 Fahrenheit, don't forget the Fahrenheit because that's a huge difference. You'll learn some tricks on how to save your skin, because sometimes just a layer of Vaseline in the morning because it's negative 50 out is what you need. So I'll have to do another video of just all my other tips because I've got a lot of them. But anyway, so these are my favorites. I'm interested if you guys have a favorite I didn't mention. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, guys.